Hey guys, and welcome to day 4 of the July Scrapathon. So today's guest is Alyssa Herzer, and her YouTube channel name is Alyssa Getting Scrap Done, I believe. So go check out her video. And the challenge today is called Red, White, and Blue, and a celebration for the 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to everyone, by the way, whoever celebrates that. It's called Red, White, and Blue. And you have to scrapbook a 4th of July photo. Now, if you're not from the States, you could do a layout with a red, white, and blue color scheme. Yeah. So, and it doesn't have to be like bright reds and blues and whites. It could be like a deep red and a sort of turquoisey blue or dark blue. It doesn't have to be like the red, white, and blue American colors. It just has to be any shade of red, white, and blue. Well, not any shade of white, because there's one shade of white. But anyway, I think you get the gist of it. So I will let you see my process now. Oh, I also have to mention that we were supposed to scrap lift each other, but I completely forgot. And I didn't have time to make another video. So I am so sorry for forgetting to do that. So anyway, I'll leave you to watch my process now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you decide to participate in the challenge with us. And don't forget to join the Facebook group to be able to enter and to win the grand prize, and also to see what everybody else is creating. And also check out the April Lilli store, because she has a great store and she has an awesome design team which make very nice projects on the blog, so go check them out too. Okay, so this has gone 2 minutes now, so I should probably let you go watch my video. Hey guys, so what you see here, I have pulled out this flower stencil, the Mermaid Lagoon and Abandoned Coral mini distressings, and a piece of cardstock, and my sort of notebook there where I put extra paint and stuff. So a while back I did this technique, which might look familiar to you if you've been following the July Scrapathon, where I add ink onto the stencil and then use a napkin to push it through, so you get just a tiny bit of a stencil, and it doesn't look so the reason I did that red there was because it got dirty because I didn't clean my stencil, so I had to clean it before using it again. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm using a paper and pushing through the ink to go on the paper, so you don't get the flower effect. You get just sort of a different look and a different texture. And with this particular stencil, I think it kind of looks like fireworks, which is why I chose to do this technique for this layout. So then I just put 3 big ones to have sort of like 3 clusters, and then I'm going to also use this yellowish color, which is fossilized amber is the name, and I'm going to put ink on less of the stencil, so there's a smaller sort of firework than the large one. So I'm adding 1 yellow one to all of them, and then I'm going to add a red one to the blue clusters and a blue one to the red large firework. So the reason these might look familiar is because I did this on a background previously, and I still have that background. I haven't used it. So that is what so I took a picture of that and then edited it to make it into the sort of July Scrapathon logo. So that's why this might look a bit familiar. Okay, so I'm done with all of that. I'm just cleaning up a bit and putting everything away. And then I went through my stash and found some sort of papers that could work with the 4th of July, and some stickers that I had. And those stickers I bought from Target last year in June. I think they were $1 each, and there was 4 sheets in each package. So yeah. So then I pulled out these blue paper clips as well, and there was a star, and I thought, how cool was that? So then I kind of had this idea I was going to make a row of these circle stickers because I love them, but I did not like how that looked. And that paper I have behind my photo is from the Stack 8 Die Cuts with a View paper pad. It was just a scrap piece, but I am going to end up getting rid of that because I'm not really liking it. So now I'm experimenting with these larger stickers where I want to add my clusters and what stickers I want to use. So I knew I wanted to use that flag because I love it. It's gorgeous. So cute. I don't know. I just really like it. But I couldn't do anything if I didn't. If I stick those stickers down, they wouldn't come up very easily, and because they're very thin, so they will probably get ripped. So what I did is I just stuck them on a piece of scrap paper, of white cardstock sort of thing, and just using them as die cuts. So at this point, I was thinking that I was going to do an embellishment cluster in each of the firework clusters around my photo, but you'll see it's getting a bit too busy and out of place, and I'm not really liking the top cluster. So I'm just cutting out the stickers I might want to use from that sticker sheet, and I'm going to play around with placement quite a bit. And my cutting skills aren't really the best, so I'm not having perfect shapes, but I don't really mind it. So I'm still going back and forth with that paper, and I'm trying to layer all the stickers onto the picture, so it has like one cohesive look, but I did not like what I was doing, so I got rid of everything and started again. So I love that circular piece there, but I didn't get the chance to use it on this layout. Well, I guess next year. So yeah, what am I doing now? It has seemed to disappear. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I was just seeing what I wanted to do. Nothing was really working. I was getting a bit frustrated, but I kept going with it. I'm playing with the sticker now because I was bored. So I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. So I put that star back on, and I thought I could build a cluster over there to put the flag, and then I stared at the layout, and then I just said this isn't working. I turned the camera off, and then I was looking at the page at 10 o'clock at night, and this was also, I think, while the Inky Cool Scrap Stream was going, so I don't know, I was feeling inspired. So I wanted to work on it, so I apologize for the lighting. It's just going to be for a little bit. So I wanted to work on the page because, I don't know, I was feeling inspired. So I just turned the camera on, I added some extra lights, and I know there's a bit of a glare, but I don't think it's too bad. And what I did is I layered that flag and that Happy 4th at the bottom. I added that star there, and then I added that arrow at the top, and then I found these copper sort of chipboard shapes from the Mambi Chips, the family sort of chipboard set. And then I added that red sticker at the top, and I was really liking how it looked. And then it dawned on me that I had these alphas here that I'm going through. These are from the Fancy Pants Happy Place collection that I don't really use. I've used them once on a use up your stickers, your thickers, alphas, whatever layout I made, but I don't really use them for a title, so I thought maybe I could use at least one if I had a 4 on this page. And sure enough, I did, and it was red, but it was a sort of pinkish red. So I just took that Mermaid Lagoon ink, not the Mermaid Lagoon, the Abandoned Coral, the red one, and just kind of inked it up so it would be red, and put it over onto that cluster. And then I added that this is something magical because it was red, but I don't end up liking it, so I'm going to move it around quite a bit and just take it off. So then that's it with the dark night weird light part of the video. I left it at 10 o'clock. I was pretty tired, so I just did what I did and then stopped and went back to it the next morning. So this is the third session for this layout, and it's a pretty simple layout in the end. I mean, there's not even one single piece of paper. Okay, so then here I was playing around with different options because I still felt like it needed something or something wasn't right. So I found those photo corners, and I don't like those, but I thought I could maybe I could use them. I wasn't sure at that point, so I'm just putting them over there. And those are from the desktop chipboard set by Project Life and Becky Higgins. And then I'm finding some red elements from some other chipboard sets, so like that family set, and then I also have the traveling set from Me and My Big Ideas, and then that little piece that has a copper, and it also had blue in it and said smile, and I thought it would look nice on the page. So I'm adding and adding and adding stuff onto it, and it's getting a bit too much. Okay, so that red paper you're seeing behind the layout is again from Die Cuts with a View, from the Stack 8 paper pad, and I really liked how it looked on the page, but I don't know, I wasn't completely sure I wanted to use it because I did like the page being bright by itself as well, but so I'm just keeping it there as an option, and I'm gonna decide at the end of the video. So then there was that thankful piece there that was blue, and I liked it, so I stuck it there. And then I got rid of the paper clip, and then I wasn't really liking that blue color was only one in one of the clusters, so I found another heart, and I switched those around, but I didn't like it, so I just put the star down there for the time being. And I'm playing around with some of those chipboard pieces again, but I don't know. I'm struggling with the top cluster. I feel like there's too many different elements, like too many different shapes, and it's looking a bit weird, like my embellishment packs just threw up on the page. So I'm fidgeting a lot with that top cluster. And then I'm trying to incorporate these circles because I love them, but they're not going to work. So I did add one at the bottom, which is also looking like a hot mess at the moment. It was a bit too much, but I'm going to leave it like that for the time being. So I'm sorry if you can see my head from time to time. I have to do something, so I don't do that, but because I can't, I sometimes I need to see to line things up, my head goes under the camera, but I apologize for that. So then I found these enamel stars, which I thought would be perfect for this layout because obviously there's stars. But I tried them and it was getting, again, too much, especially at the bottom cluster. And I like them at the top, so I left them at the top for a bit, but the bottom cluster is going to go because I do not like them. It was getting way too busy at the bottom, and I'm still fidgeting at the top, and I kind of liking how it looks now, but I didn't like the stars are by themselves only at the top, so I'm gonna get rid of that. It was a sort of weird pinkish purplish color, that one, so I got rid of it. And then I'm still fidgeting with how could I add these stars, but I am going to get rid of all of them, I believe, at the end. Okay, so I got rid of that circle sticker from the bottom cluster because it was too much. And now I'm moving things around to find the perfect spot to add my picture that's sort of in the center of all three mixed media clusters. And I'm just fidgeting around with it now. And I decide I'm going to glue down this photo because it's moving around too much and I can't work like this. So I glued down the photo to my ATG, and now I can layer on my embellishments quite nicely. A lot easier without everything moving when I touch it. So I brought back that heart for a bit, and then I considered adding that circle at the top, and I didn't like that. And then I also just got rid of that enamel star because it was not working, and I'm trying to add that heart up there because I have the arrow with that glitter at the bottom, so I need something with the glitter at the top. So I'm going to make that heart work, and I switched out that thankful piece for the hello piece, and the hello is from the desktop set by Project Life, and it was a navy blue, so I'm adding it in. And then I'm really trying to have those circle stickers because I love them, but they're not going to make it onto the page. Okay, so now this is the part where I try to decide if I want to put the border or if I don't want to put the border. And I also glued all those, I'm going to glue them down now. Okay, so I'm just using this this, it's a liquid glue. It's called Twist and Glue, and it's by Yoo-Hoo. And I decided to I usually use the liquid glue to glue things down and on my ATG when I want to be able to move things around before they're permanently stuck down, because I have a hard time gluing things down straight, and sometimes I want to move them, so I just use that glue. Alright, so now I'm trying to add that paper clip, and I did get rid of the star paper clip at the bottom because I don't know, it wasn't really working. I wasn't liking it anymore. And now I'm just staring at the page, and I was having a conversation with my sister about whether or not to keep that border, and then I did my journaling, and I'm going to cut out a bit of it, I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so I just did some journaling down there. Then, of course, I'm adding some doodly stars instead of hearts because I cannot have that journaling pen element in only one spot on the layout. So, and because it's black and there's not black on this specific layout, there's not black anywhere else, I'm also adding that. And that's going to complete the page other than doing some other things like choosing what to do with that border. Okay, so now I'm taking a 0.3 Staedtler pigment liner, and that's the same one I used for the journaling, I believe. And I'm going to border this page with a black pen because I wanted to see how it looked bordered like that and not have the paper. And then I thought if I don't like it, I can just put the paper and it will be the same thing. But no, that looks horrific. So I decided off camera, I did trim that paper down. So I trimmed off the border part, and then I glued it down on the background, and the matting paper is quite a bit thicker. So there you see it in the photo up close now. So I hope you choose to participate in this challenge. Don't forget to go join the Facebook group and to check out the April Lilli store and to check out Alyssa's video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.